Now we're ready to start. Listen and answer questions 9 to 12. You will hear the recording once only.
Hey Lily, how was your trip to China? Was your Mandarin useful?
Yes, at least I could use Mandarin to ask for directions and read street signs sometimes.
Wow. So share with me about how you learned it.
Of course. Firstly, you need some materials. Textbooks are okay as long as they have dialogues with a recorded version. If you've got some extra money, Chinese Pod is great.
I think I can afford those things. Then how should I learn?
As a beginner, you should do a significant amount of input, reading and listening, with this beginner material. This is the hard bit. To make rapid progress, try to dedicate at least 30 minutes a day.
Okay, go on.
Then, the next step is working the language into your life. I'm not really an advocate of ignoring your friends and family who don't speak the language, or listening to the language while you're talking to them and while you sleep, or changing the language on your computer and phone into Chinese. This is too annoying for me. Instead, make use of dead time. Do you daydream on the train or bus? Now listen to Chinese. Do you wait in lines? Now you listen to Chinese while you wait. Do you walk the dog, paint your house, daydream? Listen to Chinese while you do these things. You'll see how easy it is.
So you did all those things?
Yeah, I guess so. One more thing. I myself learned 30 words a week, and then stepped it up after a couple of weeks. And I could see it worked. I also listened to 30 minutes of Chinese a day, then stepped it up to an hour.
I heard that the toughest part of learning Chinese is writing the characters. Is that right?
Yeah, you are right. My tip is forgetting about them for the first month. After that, though, they are important. Spend 15 minutes a day learning them. Although it may seem tedious, it's worth learning the radicals first, or as you encounter them. This will enable you to quite accurately guess new characters later on.
First, you will have some time to look at questions 13 to 16. Now we're ready to start. Listen and answer questions 13 to 16. You will hear the recording once only.
Okay, Nathan. What do you think parents should prepare for their kids? I mean, in terms of their social life.
Well, Julia, I'm thinking about talking with them about world problems.
You mean things like natural disasters, wars, or poverty? That sounds serious and hard to understand for our kids. Don't you think so?
It's important for children to develop concern for people from other cultures and communities, well, besides their small circle of family and friends. This will make them empathetic with people of all backgrounds. Just don't worry, and it's not as difficult as you think.
How can we engage kids with such topics?
You can use newspapers, magazines, or the TV to start the conversation. Or you can also have them put themselves in other people's shoes.
What else do you think our young kids should be aware of?
They should also learn about ethical issues, like fairness and loyalty. Most children are naturally interested in ethical questions, so by getting involved, they'll be able to find their way through these issues.
And how can we involve them?
You can involve your child in a case that takes action against problems he or she faces. It would be much more effective if we actually do it with them.
I remember in our textbook, it is mentioned that parents should navigate through their children's feelings.
Yeah, you're right. You know, kids need to learn how to deal with their emotions in productive ways. Working on this with your child will cut down on the bad attitude they may express.
That is very important to understand what is going on in the kid's mind and guide them to a positive direction. But the question is, how to do so? I think we should prepare this part very carefully to make a really good presentation to the class.
Well, you may try a 3-step trick. Stop, take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth, and count to 5. When they're calm, then you can talk about the problem.
First, you will have some time to look at questions. Now we're ready to start. Listen. You will hear the recording once only.
From the moment two people meet, they're sizing each other up. They look for signs of qualities like honesty, intelligence, and selflessness. Today we are welcoming Amanda Jones to discuss some of the most common behaviors people use to judge each other.
Hello, Lewis. A handshake can tell a lot about someone.
Oh, really?
Well, people think that a strong handshake usually reflects a strong and confident character, and weak handshakes usually show a lack of confidence. I mean, a weak handshake is a sign of a person who would look for an easy way to do things.
Is this belief supported by science or something like that?
Well, actually, one study in 2000 showed that people with firm handshakes were more likely to be sociable. They find it easy to express their emotions and are less likely to be shy.
Interesting. What other methods are there used to judge character?
The second most common thing people may look at is if you show up on time. Arriving late may leave a bad impression.
I also came across some reading which grouped people according to how punctual they are. It's likely an energetic person will be there on time because he is self-motivated, mentally organized, and values time. However, people who keep delaying things will be running here and there at the last minute.
The good news is that it's not always bad to be a latecomer.
Uh-huh.
Frequently, latecomers aren't necessarily inconsiderate people. They're probably more laid back.
I bet many of us felt relieved after you said so. I am not an exception.
Actually, I am late sometimes. But, well, there's still a third way to find out about a person. It's how you treat the restaurant staff.
Well, I can share with you my friend's experience. She once told me, I will never, ever date a man who is rude to restaurant staff.
Many people share your friend's opinion, I think. You can learn a lot about someone just by looking at the way he or she treats waiters, hotel maids, and security guards.
Now you will have some time to review questions 17 to 20.